Hey, Delta League, it's Greener here, and I got another scouting report slash video for you, and I really had to come up with a nickname for this guy because Broward Goons just does not do him justice. So his name from now on is going to be Sergeant Softy. That's right, straight out of Germany, representing the U.S. Army or the Marines, whatever service he's in, Sergeant Softy, a.k.a. he calls himself Broward Goons. But from this point forward, we'll refer to him as Sergeant Softy. Why is he Sergeant Softy? That is a good question. Well, let me explain. Well, we call him Sergeant Softy because, and this is no exaggeration, I'm going to show you every single one of his video clips here. Every single one of his offensive plays. Because he literally does not throw the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Well, there was one swing pass that might have been 1 or 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. But every other play was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. And he has the ultimate receiver in Tyreek Hill on his team. So you got this massive weapon. Like the ultimate of ultimate weapons to pass deep, but you're so scared to pass deep that you're willing to put him on the sidelines and just throw wide receiver screen passes to him and run the ball and throw slip screens. I'm sorry, that makes you soft. And however way you want to manage it, for whatever other excuse you come up with, you have Tyreek Hill on your team and you do not throw the ball vertically, you are soft in every measurable way. There's just no way around it. It's just like you can't explain it away. So go ahead. Let's watch these video clips here. Happy to break them all down here for you. There's not much to them because it's just all basic stuff. He's basically playing a waiting game, and the game is going to be won by if I throw a pick inside my end, which ultimately I do, but or if I get a fumble, because he's just not going to throw the ball downfield at all. He just refuses to do it because he's Sergeant Softy. It's really just quite embarrassing for him when you got the ultimate weapon of mass destruction in Tyreek Hill, and you just absolutely are so scared to throw it deep that you just won't do it. You won't even try a heave and hope. He wouldn't even try a heave and hope. Not even that with Tyreek. His big play was the power O, and every once in a while he'd run wildcat. That was his home run play against me. Was I'm going to run wildcat against you. There was a few times he lined up in 3 wide receiver sets and 4 wide receiver sets, and I got he's a 50% passer against everybody else. So I got to respect that and honor that. I looked at his stats before the game, right? I'm respecting that he's a 50% passer. You don't get those numbers by not passing. But against me, he turns into Sergeant Softy and doesn't do a thing, So, I line up in nickels when he's in 3 wide receiver sets and dimes, but he even makes it look like he's going to pass, but he has no intention of passing at all. He just scrambles with his quarterback and gets Weasley yards on the scramble with that he had absolutely zero intention of passing. Maybe he has one quick read he looks at, and if it's not there, he doesn't throw it, which is right there again, sacked, he couldn't get away from me there. But it's just a pathetic way of playing the game when you have the hugest weapon in the world. And the sad part is I gave him so much credit going into this. I looked at his stats and go, wow, he must really have some game. And then he just turned into Sergeant Softy on me, running the ball well. I give him that. He does run the ball well. But then in passing downs, I'm going to run a screen. And of course, I didn't catch on to that until later in the game. I'm like, eventually he's going to pass deep. Look at his stats. You don't get those stats from just running screens all game. But that's what he did against me. Nothing but screens. Screens everywhere and scrambles. What a sham. Another huge soft part of his game is the way he just totally ran clock. And, you know, like there's some guys that get accused of running clock that wrongfully get accused of doing so because they make a lot of substitutions. And that takes time. And I've been accused of running clock before in the past as well. And anyone can see when I'm playing my games, I'm always calling plays as fast as I can. You'll see on all my streams that I legitimately call the play as fast as I can. I'm not waiting for any timer to tick down. Not Goons. He runs plays well under 10 seconds consistently. Now, that's not the reason for me bitching, but it's just another example of him being Sergeant Softy. That's definitely not a way to man up and play your games if you're running clock. That's a softies person's methodology of playing this game. Only softies run clock like that. And his is like, it's blatant. It is so blatant that he runs clock. Like, he'll be running no huddle, and it'll literally take the whole no huddle time down to 2 seconds, and then call a timeout. It was just brutal. It was brutal. Watch, I bet you this coming up right here. Watch this. No huddle. Here we go. What? I bet you this takes 30 seconds here. Bottom audible, fake audible, fake audible, fake audible. Well, I must be doing something. Well, I guess he did snap that one that time a little quicker. But it's just a weak ass way of playing, and you know, I just expected more. I really was expecting more. But I didn't get it, and it was disappointing. Oh, here's he going to pass. No, he's not passing. He's Sergeant Softy's not passing. No way is he passing. That's all a sham. You think I'm going to pass? No way, Jose. I'm not going to pass. There's a chance you might pick me off. I'm going to take the easy way out, even though I got Tyreek, best receiver in the game. I am just going to scramble and take the 100% sure thing and get my 3 or 4 yards minimum scramble. You know, it's just soft, soft, soft. Oh, okay. Here, I'm showing this offensive play on my end because it's a 4th down gamble well into field goal range, because I wanted to show you how I couldn't even try to kick a field goal in this game because his sauerkraut internet was so wanky on my end. I couldn't kick off at all. I think he had Himmler working a lag switch for me out there in Germany in some kind of Nazi bunker with all his Nazi artifacts, with his special lag switch all set up to screw my game over. And I literally, any of my kicking games, it just went nuts. I couldn't kick a 20-yard field goal, so I had to basically scramble and gamble every 4th down, and it's a close game. I could have kicked 2 or 3 field goals at least and been within striking range. Here it's 9-0 going into the 3rd quarter. I've missed 2 field goals already. Could be 9-6 right now. Oh, look at that screen. There's a shocker. Wow. So I do have to give him a little bit of an out, though, because his quarterback is injured. But still, like, come on, man. Like, you don't throw any passes downfield at all when you got Tyreek, even with your backup? Like, really? You don't throw anything downfield? Like, that is damn weak. So, you know, hopefully, he's playing a couple top defenders next couple weeks. He's playing Tillman, and I think he plays D. Cologne as well. Look at that screen, shocker. Wow. Sitting all over that one. Should have had a pick 6 on that. Brutal. But, anyways, he's playing Tillman and Danny. They're going to know that you're running screens. I'm telling them. I'm making sure they see this video. And make sure they get a copy. So they're going to know that you're running screens as your primary way of moving the ball other than run. So they're going to be sitting on the screens, unlike me, where I had to give you an honest look because your stats warranted you that you did throw the ball downfield, and I wasn't thinking you were going to be Sergeant Softy all game. So they are going to be warned, and they're not going to fall for 10 plays of screens that give you 120 yards. You're going to have 4 screens for like -8, and then you're just going to stop doing them. And it's just unfortunate. I was the first guy to play you with your quarterback injured and got stuck with this weak-ass Sergeant Softy play. You know, Goons play in this game really helps perpetuate a lot of the problems in Madden 18. You know, a lot of guys complain about, you know, guys playing too much 4-6 or too much of this, too much of that. But what else should a guy be doing here? You know, if I had the benefit of watching Danny or Tillman play against Sergeant Softy like this, where he never passes downfield, why would anybody play anything other than a 4-6 against this clown? Like, there is absolutely no reason why you'd get into any kind of a nickel or dime package where you'd put smaller players on the field, because it just makes no sense to. He's not going to... Those DBs are not going to tackle as well as linebackers do. So you want to have as many linebackers and less DBs, less corners on the field in your gameplay, because you don't have to worry about him passing deep because he's Sergeant Softy. He's not going to pass deep. So it's not really on the defensive player for playing the 4-6 so much. It's really it's really on the offensive player and how he's playing that's dictating the defense to sit in a 4-6 all game. If he got into a multi-receiver set and was pushing the ball vertically, then of course I'm going to play in nickels and dimes, because I want to match up against those elite receivers better. Oh, look at this, reading that screen well. Oh, no pick there. I was triangle riding the hell out of that and got no pick. That was brutal. Read that one like a book and got shafted huge. But back to what I was saying, it was, you know, it's not a form, you know, a play, you know, the defense of call is in relation to what the offense does. So, sure, he comes out in 3 wide receiver sets, but he has no intention of passing the ball. So why would I fall for that and put on more corners and DBs that have to tackle this 240-pound running back that he has? You know, so I'm just going to stay at a 4-6. And anybody that's playing him right now, why would you play anything more than, like, a nickel would be like a quarter in any other game? Like, you would you really have to be like 3rd and 40, you'd put a nickel in. Like, you're going to stay in a 4-6, 4-3, or 3-4 all game, some kind of base defense, because he's not going to pass vertically. So why even bother putting those quicker, faster defenders that are better against the pass out there? Because he doesn't pass. And any pass that he does do, it's going to be a short screen pass where you can attack with linebackers anyways. So that's on him. That's 100% on him for causing problems like this, for the way he's playing offense. And sure, that's his prerogative, but you know what? It's also my prerogative to call you Sergeant Softy when you play like a softy. So you don't like being called Sergeant Softy? Don't play like a softy. It's as simple as that. Sorry, I went on a little bit of rant there, but did you see what just happened there? He called no huddle like he was going to gamble on 4th and 4 and just let the clock run down to like 10 seconds. He knew he wasn't going for it. And then he comes out and to kick a field goal. And then now, okay, we're going to go back another 4 minutes. Here's him kicking a 64-yard field goal. 64 yards. I got monster leg on my end. Looks pretty good for him. And his German internet. Make sure you're the host. Make sure you're the host when you play this clown, so it's at least on a North American server, and I think that'll make him have the leg on the kicking game and not you. So that's going to be my advice to everyone as well. Make sure you invite him to the game. Don't have him invite you to the game, because then you get stuck on some European kraut server where they're serving German sausage in Oktoberfest, and you're gonna get shafted that way. Here we are. Oh, this is we're in the controversial area here. This is where he's running wild. I have no timeouts left. You know, just take a couple knees and you're gonna win here, buddy. But this clown, he's running Wildcat, just ran Wildcat there. That's his home run play. That's like 5 wide receiver set for him. I'm throwing deep. Right now I'm texting him saying, take a knee, man. What are you doing? I'm going to pull on you unless you take a knee. Take a knee and get your win. But not him. You know, he's running Wildcat and runs out of bounds. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Take a knee. Move on the game. You are stat padding. Okay, maybe if you ran a dive, I could get in that, but watch, it's not. He's trying to run outside, trying to get stats, because his stats are so terrible, pathetic, well under 100 yards rushing and passing all game, and I had over 100 yards rushing, by the way, on my end, even though I lost, and he is just trying to stat pad, so I told him right up, I'm pulling on you, and he deserved every bit of this. So that's my video on Sergeant Softy. Hope you enjoyed it. Know the nickname's going to stick. You're not Goons anymore. You're Sergeant Softy. Have a good night, fellas.